I am so excited. I am reading a book and I had to stop to share with you this one little thing that you can change that can make a humongous difference in your life. Start with, how do you feel about what people call affirmations? Some people don't like that word and they shy away from them. They connect them with New Age and some kind of woo-woo stuff. But people who are Christians, they call them confessions. But an affirmation is all it is it's something that you say to agree with yourself. But they only work for a while, and some people think they don't even work. But I know they do work because I have used them. I have done confessions with scriptures, and I have affirmations that I use, which are not based on scripture, and they're me speaking to me about things I want to be or become. Like I had shared about my personal mission statement is written like that, like an affirmation. And I go over that. But then today I'm reading this book and she shares something in it that I stopped. I think I read it 3 or 4 times. And then I had to stop and share this with you because it was so profound. Because when you do an affirmation, you do it in the first person. You do it with I this, I'm that, but those only work for a while, and there's a reason why they only work for a while. And it reminded me of the movie, with Steve Martin, The Bride one. It's a bride movie. It's Father the Bride. And we always talk about it in our family, this time in it where he tells her that she needs to put a sweater on and she dismisses it. But then her fiance says to put a sweater on and she goes, oh, yeah, and does that. And it's like, so they don't listen to the dad anymore, listening to the fiance. And we do that. It's like when we're growing up, we stop listening to our parents because we don't believe them anymore. We feel like they have to tell us that. And it's the same thing with affirmations. After a while, if we do an affirmation and we speak to ourselves of I this or I that, and even scripture, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Well, after a while, I thought it was just getting habitual, and so it got old because it was habitual. So I mix things up after a while just to try and keep it fresh. And it becomes just habit, so it doesn't mean anything. But that's not the reason. The reason with the first person getting old is our brain actually gets desensitized to us speaking to ourselves in the first person. And what we need to do is do this one little change to switch it to the third person, because it taps into our inherent need for praise and encouragement. Like a child, when a child is disciplined, it's you, or even when they're praised, you, or they use their name. Like, if someone were to say, Danielle, I'm so proud of you. Well, we need to speak to ourselves in that third person also. If we take it from the first person and put it into the third person, our brain will suck that in, and we can change things about ourselves by changing this one way we speak to ourselves. And affirmations or encouragements or whatever you want to call them, even I want to change some of the way I internalize scripture. Instead of saying, I can do all things through Christ, I want to say, Danielle, you can do all things through Christ. And whoever you are listening, you can do that right now. Use that as an example. Put your name in there instead of I, and see how it feels different to your own heart. This was revolutionary. When I was reading this, like I said, I stopped. I read it 3-4 times, and then I had to come and share this with you and just observe that in your life. Look at little kids and look at how you have responded to things when people say you instead of when you're saying I. Changing from the first person to the third person is one thing, one simple thing that you can do to change so many things in your life and help you to grow and be encouraged, change a habit, whatever it is that you're working on in your life. I had to share this with you because I love you. I'm Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, and changing from first person to third person can help you thrive where you're working on in your life. Until next time, I love you. Mwah.